Hello guys, welcome to my channel. And if you ask who am I am just a nameless nobody who is trying to do something with his life. I am a husk of incompetencies. I don't have any animation skills. I don't have any editing skills. My music sense is also not that good. My narration is not good right now, but I am working on it. But what I do have is a story. A story that I have been thinking about for the past 5 years. And I didn't do anything with it till now, but now I want. So, if you like it, then thank you so much. It means a lot to me. And if you do not like it, well, that's completely understandable as well. So, without any further ado, let's begin. This is my story, Pyraether. And this is how it starts. From above, we see a dazzling, glamorous city, brimming with life, as if nature itself has merged with civilization. And then the camera panned towards outside of the city, and there we see a frozen lake, and on both sides of the frozen lake we see torn tents, broken homes, destroyed buildings, and an uninhabitable environment in general. And those are the slums. And in the outskirts of those slums, we see a tent which has two visible holes in it and is torn, but it's still doing its job. And right outside the tent, we see a young boy, and he's looking very depressed, gloomy, as if tired from life itself. And then he enters the tent. And what we see inside the tent is, in one corner there's some ash pot, and then in the other corner there are some rags, which are clothes for these people. And in the middle we see a woman sleeping with rags covering her, which can barely qualify as blankets. And then the moment the boy enters the tent, he tries to completely hide that face of gloominess and tiredness and puts on a fake smile, as if to appear falsely optimistic, and then says, "Good morning, Ma." And then his mother replies, "Kaien, is that you?" And he says, "Yeah." And then he puts his hand in his bag and pulls out a bread and says, "Look what I brought for you. The great bread, freshly made by me." And then he moves toward his mother and sits beside her. And his mother asks him, "Have you been absorbing the elemental energy like I have told you?" And he says, "Yeah." And then he holds her hand with both of his hands and says, "But I won't have to after tomorrow." And his mom, lying there expressionlessly, just looks at him and says, "So tomorrow, huh?" And then, as if to reduce his burden, which she already knows what he's going through, she tells him, "Don't worry about it. Don't pressurize yourself. Don't blame it on yourself. You are doing your best. And always just remember, you are the greatest blessing of your life." And then the boy clenches her mother's hand after hearing this, and for a brief second, his forced smile disappears, And to hide that, he turns his head down and then says, "Tomorrow I will awaken. I will get us out of here. I will get you treated in the best hospital in the whole world." And then he looks up again with the forced smile and says, "We'll visit the Sharnia Falls like you always wanted. We'll visit the whole world. We'll travel together. And I'll make sure you get fine." And after listening to that, his mother has a face which is still kinda expressionless. She's not smiling. But there's a slight happiness in her eyes. And as if she's looking at the most cherished thing in her life. After saying that, Kaien stands up and tells his mom that make sure you eat your food and take your medicine. I'll be back by lunch. And then the moment he turns around, the forced smile disappears and the gloomy, depressed, tired face returns. But this time, there is something underneath that, which we call resolve. And then he exits the tent. And this is the first scene of episode 1. Thank you for watching.